So 3 runs on the scorecard. Srijit and Kaushal it is. Prasad bowling right arm over the wicket. The score moves on to 4. A couple of runs for both the batters now and a couple of wides. The Camp Rangers have been invited to bat first. The Roaring Tigers have won the toss and have decided to field first. Camp Rangers have started off really well. Oh, he's cleaned him up. Got him on the very first ball. He went for the big one, Kaushal. Probably not the first ball to start off your things with. He gets out on the very first ball, Kaushal. Cleaned up. He wanted to go for it. That is how he plays his cricket. A very senior pro, and his job is to go and have a smash. Unfortunately, gets out on the very first ball, but that is his role, to go there and give a quick start. Let's just have a closer look at the wicket. Yeah, that's how he got his first one. That was his first ball. That's Kaushal's way of playing. Yeah, came in a bit. Generally gives a good start. First match he was good. The second match he did not play, and in this match he gets out of the very first ball. So G Roaring Tigers would be really happy with the start which they have got. Camp Rangers, they have lost Kaushal Parekh. Nikhil Kothari comes in. He is in good touch. Let's see what Nikhil has to offer. Srijit it is who has got off the mark. He's on 1. ISDT 6.0. That's down the leg side. Has to be a wide. Is a wide. 3 wides, but they won't be complaining because they have got the first breakthrough. And getting a breakthrough in the very first over adds that extra fillip to your team, and it gives you a lot of confidence. And it's always good to start with a good note. He has got a wicket, but 3 wides is what he has to work on with now. 4 runs on the scorecard. Bowling right arm over the wicket. Oh, that's beautifully bowled now. He's actually not getting it right, moving it slightly down the leg side. But the ball which got Kaushal was a straight one. He came in with the angle and hit the top of off. But he has that lively pace which we work on. The last few days, 4-5 days, we are seeing some effect of dew. So that won't be coming in the first match. We have a second match today. So dew would be a factor then. Let's see how early dew sets in. Again sliding down the leg side. The line of his attack is around the middle stump and it slides down to the middle leg. So if he's slightly more on the leg side, he would be taken for a few runs. He adjusted that line when he got Kaushal Parekh. Perhaps that was his only ball which was pitched right on the length, and it came in slightly. That is beautifully bowled. So 1 over done and dusted. 4 runs for the loss of Kaushal Parekh. KP gets out without opening the account. They got lost the first wicket, but the idea would be to go for a few runs. They have come with a different approach today, Camp Rangers. Shrijit it is. Shrijit and Nikhil Kothari yet to open his account. Mayur is bowling from the highway end. That's beautifully bowled. The ball moved a bit, but that outside half of the bat, getting the second runs for the opening batter. He's the only one who has got the runs with the bat. 3 extras in form of wide. The new batsman has come in and yet to open his account. Nikhil Kothari is faced a delivery from the opening bowler from the other end. Mayur it is. Oh, went for that big booming drive. Missed the line completely. Under his bat the ball went. ISDT 6.0. This is a tournament of 28 teams, 7 groups, each group with 4 teams. We will have a Challenger Cup and also the Champions Cup. So the top 2 teams would be qualifying for the Champions group, the other half would be for the Challenger group. Oh, that's beautiful. That is the best he has bowled. What super movement that was. And that's what has happened in the last few days. The ball has done a bit. And if you have good skills, if you have good action and the conditions, if they are helpful for you, the ball is going to move over here. And that was nice away going movement. He would be loving to do that. And every time you get there, he will try and pitch it on the leg stump now, trying to bowl that magic delivery. Yeah. Oh, that is a magic delivery, in fact. Completely squared him up. Super. The angle of the ball, the action, in fact, coming in and the ball moving away. That is really good. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Beautiful that is. Absolutely everything right about it. Good pace, good line, good length, and the movement absolutely unplayable. So great swing over there for the bowler. Oh, just lost his run up. Anybody would be excited with the last couple of balls which he has bowled. Right on spot and moving away. So he's swinging it away now. That's a difficult art. That's beautifully driven. That's the answer to the ball moving away. A shot in the extra cover. So they got protection over there. So that's good captaincy. 6 it is. 3 wides and 3 runs off the bat. Prasad, he comes in to bowl his second over. He bowled 3 wides but also got the wicket of the opening batter, Kaushal Parekh. Nikhil might just try and get a few boundaries in this over. I strongly feel he'll get a couple of boundaries if he that's what his mindset would be. That's good running. 7 runs on the scorecard. Runs only in singles. The wicket in the first over has just halted their progress. They have been slightly cautious over there, not trying to go for every ball. Hit back to the bowler. That fluency, that flourish in the drives would be less evident if you lose a wicket in the very first over. You are bound to hold yourself back. You are bound not to attack. So the circumstances actually dictate what your approach is going to be. So this is Camp Rangers' difficult time. Oh, this is a peach of a delivery. How do you play that? How do you play that? That was a peach of a delivery. Oh, some good outswing ball. In fact, a ball of the week, I would say. What a good ball that was. Difficult times for the batter in this afternoon. He slashed, and if you are finding the seam difficult, just try and smash it. They are running one for the throw. They get a brace. 9 runs on the scorecard. Good running that is from Srijit. He's been positive. He's not bothered about the place and miss. He's not bothered about the swing. He's not afraid to take a chance. The scoreboard may not be reflecting of his intent, but that's fine. But he's trying to be a little more enterprising, trying to be a little more attacking, and things eventually will work out when you have that intent in you. 4 runs on the scorecard for Srijit. That is absolutely beaten him completely. Now, no footwork over there. Three runs in the first over, three in the second, three in the third. That's hit hard. Oh, through him. That would be only run over there. 10 runs the score moves on to. Mayur bowled some fantastic deliveries, absolute jaffers. The ball bowled from an angle, coming in with the angle and just moving away. That makes an outswinger much more difficult to handle. Bowling wide of the crease and then the ball moving away, it's very difficult to handle. And that too exactly on the right line and length. Oh, that was overpitched. Just short of the fielder over there. Just short. Caught it in the half volley. Good effort by the fielder. Just short of him. He was courageous to go for it. Srijit, he seems to be slightly on the edge. He will try and go for his shots again. Oh, that was good moment. The ball is moving. The problem is his back foot isn't moving. And if the back foot moves, the front foot is away from the ball. So that rooted back foot is not allowing him to go for his shots. If your feet don't move, the scoreboard is also not going to move. Oh, he completely did him over there. Trying to beat the letter of the ball. That's the issue over there. Should wait for the ball to come onto him and then go for it. Completely missing the line of the ball and not getting proper timing. Forget about the timing. He's not getting proper connection. He's been beaten completely with that play and miss so many times. Srijit. Oh, he goes for a big one. The ball's racing away straight to the fielder at deep extra cover for a single. 11 runs on the scorecard. So very slow start. I mean, when you have a look at the runs per over, and it is Prasad who's bowling his third over in succession now. We would be bowling the last over for him in the power play. 3 overs in a power play is a good one. He's really bowled well. Just 8 runs and he has got a wicket. The runs not coming in boundaries so far. They need somebody to give them that positive start. They need a few get out of shots where so that's nicely bowled. Again on the pads, it was slightly on the middle and leg, but they've got a couple of fielders exactly for those shots. Slightly risky it is bowling in that line, but right now they are not finding it easy to penetrate that field. And his bowling figures look remarkable. 8 runs in his third over now. That is in the slot. That has to be the first boundary of the innings. Yeah, this is how you should be approaching a power play. This is what he was waiting for. That would be the impetus the team needed. That would be the fulcrum from which this team can change the leverage and change things for better for themselves. And that was in the slot. That was within his range and beautifully done. Up and over the fielder at mid-off. That's the first boundary, probably not the last one. In the power play, they need at least a couple of boundaries on the remaining 7 balls just to give some shape to the power play overs. You cannot be just making 19-20 runs in the first 6 overs. You should be playing it like a T20 game where you maximize the power play. But the bowling has been good. They have tried their best to get away. That's how. One boundary, that will give you confidence. That was slightly short. Quicker swivel on it would have given him 4 runs. This is a slightly relatively good over in which they got 6 runs. That's nicely played. He was going for the big one, just corrected his shot. He looks more confident now, Nikhil. 19 runs on the scorecard. Srijit has got 6. That's for two tests. That was meant to be hit in the other direction. It has gone to the fielder at third man. He wanted to hit it in the mid wicket cow corner region. A leading edge taking it to the other side. 20 runs. He had no clue where that had gone. The ball is doing a bit in air. The ball is doing something off the pitch. So it's not a straight up and down wicket where you can just go for your shots. You need to be careful with the moving ball. If the bowler is making good use of it, There is some assistant for him. He might go big on this wall. He does go, but that is only for a solitary run. There is a fielder over there. So two fielders, the third man, also the fielder in the deep extra cover. Both of them doing their job perfectly. 21 for 1, couple of balls remaining off the power play. Might just see a big boundary coming on this one. Yes, it is up and over, and it will race away for the, in fact, couple of runs. I thought it would be a second boundary, but the idea was right. The flow was fine, and that's how you play the power play. Make use of the fielding restrictions. 23. It looks slightly better now. 4 runs in this over so far. A boundary would just make things all right for them, because it's not how you begin, it's how you finish your campaign. That's what actually counts more. So let's see whether a slow start would be converted into a better end in the latter part of the innings. Well, that's a beautiful drive straight to the fielder. Lack of timing, but the idea was right. Score at the end of 6 overs is 23 for the loss of 1 wicket. They are just a shade under 4 runs per over, and they have lost Kalpesh, in fact, Kaushal Parikh. So the field spread, will things change for them, because there would be some change in bowling. The challenge for them to face those moving balls would be slightly lesser. Gurunath, oh, that's on the leg side. That is beautifully turned away. That will race away for a minimum couple, or it will go all the way for a boundary. That's nicely turned away on the leg side, and good wrist work, getting the second boundary for the batter. Shriji gets the second boundary. 29 without loss. He let that one go. Very rarely do we see that in a T20 game. People leaving the ball alone. You can play and miss, you can play it defensively, but very rarely do they do that. Playing, leaving the ball alone. That's nicely done. Again, if they run well, they'll get a couple. No, just a solitary run. 30 for 1. Oh, that's a fabulous hit. In fact, was a chance for the fielder, but that is some intent, some risk shown, and high risk, high reward. It is a boundary. The score moves on to 41. In fact, 35 with that boundary. Also, it was dished up for another. That's nicely done. That is racing away towards the fielder at square leg for a single. That's good intention now. The slower bowlers, the spinners, the tweakers are not the ones who are posing troubles for them. 36 for 1. So a boundary and a couple of singles in this. In fact, a single in this over. 36 is what they get. We are into the 8th over. Relatively slow proceedings. A mundane start to their innings. They would need Srijit and Nikhil to explore. Another single that will take the score to 37. Now they should be trying to look out for different ventures of getting some runs. They should be exploring a few risky shots. Nikhil is trying to do that. He's 18 of 23. He's made up for his slow start. He might go for a big one again. He does go. That's boundary written on it all over. No one's going to stop that one from going over. That's a great shot. That is his best shot till date now. So good intent and some good hitting has got their score into the 40s now. They would need that to happen. So the run rate, which was hovering around 3 runs, then 4 runs, now it is coming close to 8 runs per over. Sorry, 5 runs per over now. 3 to 4 to 5, the transition now. The last ball, he might still go for it again. The 10 runs in this over so far. He goes for it this time. up and over into the square leg region where they have a protection. Good over for them where they got 11 runs, 42 at the end of 8 overs. They are going along smoothly at the rate of 5.25 runs every over. It's 42 for 1. That's nicely bowled. Yorked him. Nikhil, who has looked enterprising in the last half, where he hit a couple of boundaries in that over. He's got 23 of 26 now, 23 of 25. He might go for a big one on this one also. Gurunath bowling his second over. That's way too outside the off stump. That's a wide. That will take the score to 43. Missed out on that full toss. Probably extra covers would have been a better option. But that was a low full toss. And you often get into tangle if you do not make the right decision whether to go for it cross batted into the extra cover or hit it straight down the ground. Cross batted shots are generally better on the full tosses. 44 for 1. That's huge. That's a monstrous 6. That's a shot of statement from Srijit down the ground, and he smacked it over. 21. He moves on to the score. He moves on to 50. That is some good passage of play now. 50 runs on the scorecard. So we are into the ninth over, and the last few overs, the few balls have been something which has got them some impetus to the scoring. 50 for 1. That's going down leg. 51 is what the score moves on to with that leg by. It actually was ricocheted off the bat onto the Pirates. 51. Nikhil, even he might go for a big one. In spite of the sixer which they have got, he might go for a boundary. Wanted to hit it over the square leg. Camp Rangers, who were not off to a great start, rather a very slow start. First 6 overs, just 23 runs. And in the last 2.5 overs, that is just 17 balls, they have managed 28 runs. So that is good. Almost 10 runs per over in the last 2.5 overs. So 4 runs in the first 6 and 10 runs per over in the next 3. So that's nice. 29 runs in the last 3 overs. They have got their innings to an overdrive. Next, it would be a challenge over. Whether the challenge would be of 6 runs, 7 runs. I strongly feel they would take 7, which will take them to a score of 66 after 10 overs. The Prasad, that's so good of him. That would be up and over. Oh, this is, oh my god! This is the catch of the tournament. Almost international like. Oh, wonderful to see. Is that the same fielder again? Oh, so good it is. What a wonderful catch that is. We'll have a closer look at it. This might be one of the catches of the tournament. Let's have a closer look at it. So, the leg spinner who was hit for a sixer. This was even better shot. Oh, this is good. He did not want to repeat his mistake. That's a brilliant take. Oh, in a darts tournament, people taking catches like this, absolutely astounding. But that's what life is. If you're honest, he had taken a good catch, which was he admitted that it tipped over and then he has touched the rope. And the next moment, something bigger and better was in store. If he had cheated over there and said I had got it cleanly, he wouldn't have an opportunity to take such a wonderful catch. And God will always have bigger opportunities for you if you're honest. That was a prime example of that. What a good moment to learn from and such good catch to watch. That's beautifully bowled. The ball coming in. They should be going for that second. No, just a single. So a sixer and a wicket of the batter who was well set. Shrijit played a very good knock before getting dismissed. Nikhil might still go for a big sixer against this man. They have got a sixer, they got a wicket. He might still go for a big one in this over. He missed out on an opportunity. Short and wide it was. Everything happening in this over. We saw a six, we saw a wicket. It's a darts tournament, so don't expect everyone to be fit and fine and taking all those catches and bowling some terrible deliveries. He wanted to sweep the full ball. 72 for 2. Sangram Singh it is. Has to be a wide. Is a wide. 73 for 2. ISDT 6.0. This is the match between Camp Rangers and GE Roaring Tiger. Roaring Tigers have won the toss and decided to field first, and they had a good start with the ball the first 6 overs. Then when there was a good partnership which was broken in this over. That's beautiful use of footwork over there. And 74 is what they get at the end of over number 11. An over in which they got 10 runs. Also the over in which they lost Srijit. You saw a catch which was just tipped over, actually in fact the feet touching the rope, and we also saw a catch where he popped the ball up, went outside the field and then caught again. Prime example of being honest, prime example of setting up a catch after the same event happened just a moment before. Good to see that. The scoreboard all of a sudden looks alright with almost 7 runs per over, which is good. That extra 6 runs which you get of the challenge over. Vipin it is who comes over the wicket. That was in the slot. That was beautifully hit. That is racing away towards the extra cover boundary. That will be a fantastic boundary. Sangram, his name suggests a combat or a battle, a man ready to battle. And that was indeed almost like a wielding sword of a gladiator. That was nicely hit. Thrashed into that extra cover region. So many good catches we have seen in darts. So many wonderful catches, people diving around, taking some wonderful catches, people taking catches in the slips, the wicket keepers diving and taking a few wonderful catches, cotton bowls being taken, people taking some running catches. Also, that catch which we saw where he used his presence of mind to just bob the ball up and go out of the field and come back and catch it. The same thing which happened in the previous occasion where he just tipped over and touched the boundary. Next time when he got the same opportunity, did not replicate his mistake and got his man. 78 for 2. Camp Rangers played with soft, and this is good running. It's not always about thrashing the ball very hard and hitting boundaries and sixes. Playing with soft hands is also an art. Sangram Singh plays it well. They have bowled really well. They haven't bowled bad deliveries at all, and they have created chances. It's a darts tournament. Don't expect everyone to be very skillful in everything what they do, but they are trying to put their best foot forward. That's what is more important. 30 of 37 is good. Nikhil Kothari, the strike rate may not be that good because he had come in a period where there was some good bowling. The balls were moving away. They had lost a wicket, so that would account for that slow strike rate. But things can change. Nikhil Kothari can make it count, and he needs to stay there and get a big 50. That's way too outside the off stump. He's a wide 80 for 2. That's nicely timed straight to the fielder though. That was an invitation that was dished out and was meant to be hit. Is hit for a boundary that was served for him to be hit, and he took it with both hands. That was a delivery which was asking to be hit and was hit into that region for a fantastic boundary for him, and which will help the scoring, which will help his run rate, strike rate even. Some good passage of play where they've got a few runs. They've got a good impetus to the run rate now. That's 2 wides in a row. "90 for 2. That's nicely done. Straight down the ground. The score will move on to 91 with that. Nikhil Kothari, it is Sangram Singh. Sangram Singh has come and he played a fantastic cover drive where he got it in the covers. 91 for 2, 12.2 overs. ISDT 6.0. This is the match between Roaring Tigers and Camp Rangers. Camp Rangers have been invited to bat first. Roaring Tigers won the toss, decided to bowl first, and they bowled really first 6 good overs. But after that, a winning comeback by Camp Rangers. This is a typical darts tournament where we have darts from all ages. Oh, that's a fabulous. That's Sangram. In fact, Nikhil Kothari. Sangram hit almost a similar shot into the covers. This one was again thrashed. This one wasn't driven with a lot of elegance. This wasn't with that traditional orthodox cover drive. In fact, that was beautifully up and over into the covers. It was uppish, but it was a shot which was hit with a lot of authority and had a lot of pace behind it. 95 for 2. They are closing in to 100. They might just get it in this over. That's good. They should be going for, in fact, that's the only run which they're going to. 96 is what they move on to. Some happiness in the Camp Rangers camp now. Camp Rangers would be really excited by these two batsmen. Sangram's looking good, and also the batsman Nikhil Kothari, he is the one who has got the innings going. That's beautiful comeback by Harshvardhan. 96 for 2. The last ball of this over. He has been slightly expensive, but he has got that wicket. He's got a nice smooth action. Leg spinners. No, they should be going for the second one. Oh, there's a good fielder over there. In fact, a fantastic fielder. He took on already one good catch and just restricting it to a 1. 97 for 2 at the end of 13 overs. 7 overs remaining in the innings. So 97 for 2, 13 overs done and dusted. This is a good contest now. Prashant versus Sangram. That's nicely hit by Sangram. Straight to the fielder though. So confident looking Prashant versus Sangram. Sangram Singh, 10 of 10. Nikhil Kothari, 40 of 42. 97 for 2 is not a bad total at all. Both the teams would be happy. It is almost at parity now. That's beautifully bowled, equally well played. They should be going for a couple. Yes, they do go for it. Then they decide against it. 98 for 2. 4 balls in this over. And in the next 4 balls, if he tries and keep it to maybe 2-3 runs, tries and restricts, this over might just set the tone for the remainder. Very important, Prashant's next few balls are going to be. Bowls it slow, almost like Kedar Jadhav. This is beautifully bowled. Oh, just away from him. Falls in no man's land. That was beautifully bowled though. Bowled it slowly, kept it a little short away from it, and it was dipping. That was a chance which he created with his smart bowling. That is some smart bowler on your screen. And I think he should be going for a big one now. There has to be a statement sent straight to the bowler. You cannot just keep bowling there. Yes, try and attack him. Almost a catch. Went straight through his hands. It was hit hard. 100 up in the 14th over. A good over so far from Prashant. He has bowled smartly. He hasn't allowed them the leverage to go big. 3 runs. Nikhil, meanwhile, I think he strongly feel like he'll go down the ground and go for a big sixer. Oh, that's a gift. That has to be a 6. That's a monstrous hit. It is a 6 which they needed. And that's a good call. The batsman had danced down the ground, so the umpire refuted from it being called as a no ball. That's a good call. 106 for 2. And Nikhil moves on to 47 or 44. The strike rate slightly looks better now. And he is the one who has got this innings together. He is the one who actually consolidated the scoring after that slow start. He is the one who has got his team into a good stead now. He might get his boundary on this ball. 50 on this ball. He slashes it. Oh my god. So very unfortunate. Commentator's curse. If he had hit it, there was nobody behind him. That would have got him 4 runs. Instead, he gets out. High risk, high reward. But this time, it is the risk which has cost him his wicket. 106 for the loss of Nikhil Kothari, who played really well and got his team to a good position now. From here, if they consolidate and get themselves 50 odd runs, that would be a good score. That's beautifully hit into the covers using his feet. Sangram Singh, he's the one who has to take the scoring ahead now. Just 35 balls remaining to make a difference and take the score just to 150 plus. 150 is a probability. That's a strong probability. But if they play well, 170 is also 160, 170 is also achievable. If they get 160, they should be elated with getting 53 runs in the last 6 overs. That would be 9 runs per over. But even if they get 43 more runs, that is getting around 7 runs per over, they would come close to 150, which would be a fighting to. Harshvardhan, meanwhile, has a very unique way of bowling. He just almost parallel with the umpire, and he will come in with a diagonal way, almost just not more than 20 degrees his angle is in the run up, and he comes in and bowl his leg spinners. This is his last over. It has been a mixed bag for him. 31 for 1. Oh, yeah, that was so slow. It is a no ball for overstepping, I think. Oh my god, that is robbery in daylight. They just stole that first single over there. He is injured. Harshvardhan is in some discomfort. I think he has twisted his ankle. Maybe cut is the back line. He cuts the back line, and that's the reason. The back line, even if you touch it, it's a no ball. For the front foot, it is different rules. Oh, this is good by the umpire. This is so good by the umpire. He's having a good vigilant eye. So if the replay, that will just show you that. That back line, if you cut, even if you touch it, it is a no ball. And the front foot no ball, of course, you have to overstep it completely in order to be called a no ball. So good call by the umpire. He is our best umpire for a reason. Most umpires miss that back line low ball. He was vigilant to give that. Harshvardhan, he was down, but he has got up now. And ball, it was a very good ball actually. He almost flummoxed the batsman with his slow bowling. It was so slow that he could have gone home, had a cup of tea and come back and still the ball would have been in air. That kind of a ball, it was very slow. Oh, that is good, slow pace, but that is a free hit ball. That would be a couple of runs if they run hard. Oh, that is good running. And throw at the right end. Perhaps a better throw would have got him into some trouble. The Nelson comes up for the loss of 3 wickets. Every time there was 1-1-1, 2-2-2, 3-3-3. There was the famous British umpire David Sheffer used to hop, skip and jump. He had always that superstition that something's wrong going to happen. And one of the best characters of the game, Billy Bowden, David Shefford, those are the characters which add a lot of flavor. So good their umpiring was, and such great characters they were. David Shefford, of course, is not with us. And Billy Bowden, he suffered with arthritis. 112 for 3. That's a very crucial position where Sangram Singh has come. He has a very difficult job at his hand. Anuj Goyal will face his second delivery. That's nicely hit. Oh, good work. Super work by Harshvardhan. And that's so good. That's so good. It's a darts tournament, so not everyone's going to be very athletic and stopping around and diving around every ball. That was a great effort by Harshvardhan. He had given away a single while bowling where he fell down. But this time, he made up more than that for it. Good work, sir. A couple of balls remaining in his last over. He's conceded a few, 30. He might get another wicket. That's way too slow, and that moved away. He's skillful though. He's trying to get the ball away. The ultimate ball of Harshvardhan's 4th over. Oh, that's good work by the fielder. The score at the end of 15 overs stays on 113 for 3 at the end of 15 overs. $113 for 3. Oh, that's hit down the ground. 114 the score moves on to. That's an opportunity. Oh my god. Just one run. That's a fabulous shot. That would be racing away. It would require some fielding, good fielding effort. That's a couple of runs. What great catch we saw from Prasad today, where he took one catch and he touched the rope with his feet, and he admitted that he had touched the rope. Then he took that wonderful catch where he took the catch, was near the rope, lobbed the ball up, went out of the rope, and wasn't that dramatic as you see in the international matches, but that was the first in a DATS tournament. 119 for three, the last two balls of this over. That was way too slow. So all that pace you have to generate, if it's a slow ball, it is from your own bat and on your own pace. That is not that easy. 120 is what they have managed. So that 150 looks a probability. They need a boundary or a sixer. That's beautifully hit. That's nicely bowled and that's equally well played. That would be a couple of runs minimum. Oh, they should have gone for it. 1-1 for 3 at the end of 16 overs. 4 overs remaining. They should be aiming at somewhere around 30-35 runs. So 150-155 would be a score which can be the projected score from here on. Gurunath, he's bowling his third over. He's got that wicket. Oh, that is just a simple player miss. Just missed the line of the ball. Did not move his foot. Actually, was away from the ball. The left foot, in fact, the back foot, the right foot did not move. Anuj, it is. Gurunath, he has put his heart into it. He has bowled well. He's slightly expensive, but that's fine. He's tried to bowl in the right areas. That has to be a wide. Is a wide. With that single, the score moves on to 1-2. In fact, that wide, the score moves to 1-2. So 128 for 3 with that wonderful hit. And a half. Sangram Singh, his name suggests combat, his name suggests some fight. What a big hit, horse. 128 for 3. But that's an edge, that is fortune. Good fortune will give him 4 fortuitous runs. The previous shot he deserved. This one, the bowler would feel he's hard done by some rub of the green not going his way. That was indeed bowled very well. Oh my god. They needed a Dhoni over there to get hold of that one. It was a difficult chance, but a diving catch would have been an option. Remember, these are not the guys who play 24/7 and 12 months a year. These are the guys who are here for their school's team. Most of them highly qualified professionals, and most of them big entrepreneurs, very successful in their respective fields. Cricket is their passion, and they are playing for the school teams. It's a family of players who come together and play this. That tournament is a special one. That's beautifully hit. Straight to the fielder. Good work, sir. Oh my god, he just missed out. The ball just popped out of his hands in that excitement to throw it quickly. 133 for 3. Good work. 133 for 3. A good over in which they have got a dozen runs. The last ball still to go. 133 for 3. 160 looks on now. With this over, things have just gone in the Camp Rangers camp. That is smashed into the cover. There is protection. 1 run to end the over. A very good one in which they got 13 runs. 134 for 3 at the end of 17 overs. 18 balls remaining. Even if they get maybe 9 runs per over, they will get close to 161. $134 for 3. Anuj it is, and Sangram. Sangram would like to manufacture and keep the strike to himself. It is Anuj who's on strike. 18 balls remaining. Oh, he missed it completely. Good leg break. Vipin using his grey matter. He's not giving that pace and he's trying to cut the ball. He moved it away. That is good smart bowling. He was expensive in his first over, Vipin, but that is some smart work. That was a quicker one and hit straight to the fielder. Oh, this is a good smart over where he has changed his pace in just 2 balls. The previous one was a slower leg break. This one was a quicker ball, bowled on length outside the off stump. So change in pace, change in variation in the line and length even. 135 for 3. This is good by Vipin. That's some good bowling. Great bowling, in fact. Such a good over. He's bowling the 18th over and he has just conceded 1 run in the first 3 balls. That is smart bowling. The first ball, leg break. The second one, straight one. This one coming in. So 3 different balls, 3 different variations. What will he do now? Will he try the Yorker or will he go with that leg break, slower leg break? Yes, he go for the slower leg break, but that is dispatched with disdain. The ball is racing away towards the square leg for a single. Absolutely good over so far for the Roaring Tigers. On 3-6 for 3. $136 for 3. Oh, that's a good shot using the feet. Oh, that's good work. That's fantastic. In fact, saved a couple of runs for his team. That is almost picked off the ropes. Super work to maintain that balance, to pick the ball and throw it back. Good work. It's a darts tournament, so this is some good work. Great work, in fact. 138 for 3. 2 runs. Oh, that is super. One-handed pickup. The ball just bounced exactly into his hands. The last ball of the very good over from Vipin. He's conceded 4 in this over. They tried that slower off break. Fantastic over comes to an end when we conceded 5 runs, considering it's a 18th over. It's a real great one. 138 for 3, 39 for 3 at the end of 18 overs. So Mayur comes in to bowl the 19th over. He's bowled well. He was fantastic. He was the one who was instrumental in keeping the run rate low in that initial power play. Bowl comes in to bowl the 20th over. He continues to bowl good. His figures look absolutely gorgeous. 3.1 overs and just 9 runs. He does not do anything special, just puts the ball in the right areas. And in the initial part of the match, when the ball was new, the ball just moved away. So that movement helped him in bowling some good tight overs where he beat the bat so many times. 5 balls remaining in his spell. Figures look real good, but he would be taken for a few runs. Yeah, big hit. Oh, popped out of his hands. Such a good fielder. He dropped that one. 2 runs added to the total. 141 for 3. He's a good fielder, Bharat, but missed out on an easy chance. 141 for 3. Mayur, he could have got his first wicket. That's Mayur for you. Mayur's figures would have read now 9 for 1. Anu is trying to go back. They're missing out on the last few golden deliveries now, where they could come close to 160. Now they can be kept under 150 to 153 now. A slower delivery again. Brilliant bowling this one. Oh, this is good enterprising running now. Fielders not able to keep up with the pressure of the last over. 143 for 3. Anuja's figures read so good. 13 without any wicket, but that's fine. A catch was dropped, so just dock off those 2 runs and it would have been just 11. That's beautifully hit straight down. 144. The last ball of Sangram for Sangram to face. He's got 30 of 20. Why Sangram is the one who has got impetus to the scoring. Fantastic figures this. 14 runs in 3.5. That's brilliant bowling. 4 overs, 14 runs. Absolutely wonderful numbers they look. 4.5 runs every over. The economy I'm talking about. Last 6 balls, 155 is a probability, 150 is a certainty. That would race away for a boundary. That is, oh, good work. Good work by the fielder. The ball was racing away. Managed to stop it. Overran it, but managed to stop it with one hand. 146. With Anuj and Sangram, they both have to go hammer and tongs if they want to get close to that 155. The 160 would have been a better option for them, but they should be satisfied with 155. Oh, that's good ball. It is well within the parameters, almost a feet inside those indicators for the umpires. He was expecting it to be given as a wide, but not everything what you wish for you get. That wasn't a wide in any stretch of imagination. Last 4 balls remaining of the innings. 146. Will they get 155? No, they won't if they continue to hit this way. 150 now looks a distinct or maybe a realistic total. 3 balls and a boundary to get 150. Sangram should be getting the last couple of balls. He has played well though. He has not played bad at all, Anuj. 20 of 21. Sangram has got 30 of 25. Oh, that's a nice hit. Will it sail over? In fact, one bounce into the 2 fielders, mid-wicket and Kaukan over there, and it bisected Roto. They needed that 150 up for the Camp Rangers. They should be delighted with what they have got after that horrific start where they got just 23 runs in the 6 overs. This is good. They have managed 125 runs in the last 14 overs. That's not bad at all. Still 2 legitimate deliveries remaining. A boundary here would get them to 155. That is smashed, thrashed. This will race away for another boundary. Oh, good hitting this by Anuj. Forget about Sangram. Anuj is the man who's taking charge. Anuj means the little brother, but the little brother is doing the job of the responsible brother over here. He is doing it in style. He was not that good a couple of balls back where he played and missed. That's what cricket is. That's what life is. You would be almost down and out, but life and cricket will give you opportunities to make a comeback. And what good comeback this is for Anuj and his team. It looks a good score now. A sixer here would give them 160. The 160 wasn't remotely into the context. It looks a probability now with this man having hit 2 boundaries against a very good bowler. He might get another boundary. Gurunath is bowling those difficult overs. That's a wide. Yes, it is. A good call by the umpire. 155. The score moves on to. A boundary will give them a target of 160. They can go to 149. So 149 is a possibility now. 159, beg your pardon. So 160 would be a good achievement after being 23 without loss. 23 for 1 in first 6 overs to get those 137 runs in the last 14 overs is a good. That's nicely hammered. That would be a couple of runs if they run hard. And 157 is what they manage. 158 is what the target is going to be, which is not bad at all. So 132 runs in 134 in fact in the last 14 is a good achievement. And discount those 6 runs for the challenge over. That is 128 in 14, which is very good number. 9 runs per over in the last 14. So 158 is what the target is. Roaring Tigers, GE Roaring Tigers. Oh, that is a no ball to start off. It would be a free hit, but no warning because the ball was away from the body. In fact, yes, it is a warning given to the bowler because he's a pace bowler or a seam bowler. So that's a no ball to start off. Now that is a gift after Diwali and before Christmas. He would take it with both hands. 5 runs of the very first ball. So they got somewhere around 135 runs, no, 34 runs in the last 14. And it's a good score to defend now. But if you start off with balls like this, Camp Rangers will be in a lot of trouble. They need to bowl tight as Prasad bowled, as Mayur bowled in the first 6 overs. Here it is exactly opposite. They start off with a full toss. That may happen with the new ball slipping out of your hands. Again a full toss. 6 runs. So, very ceremonious start for the Tigers. They've got 6 runs in the first couple of balls. That's nice. That was a good ball pitched on right line and length. 7 runs on the scorecard, but that was a better ball. Good line, good length. That is almost a good catch. That's a brilliant effort. We have seen some great catching. We saw some great effort. This would be right up over there. Look at that. Almost had him. That went at the rate of knots. Absolutely no run over there. A very eventful over where we saw a no ball, then we saw a boundary hit of the free hit, then we also saw a catch being dropped. So many things happening in the very first over. A very eventful over. The last ball of the first over from Rahul. So 8 runs of the first 5 balls. Let's see how Rahul's. Oh, that's beautifully hit. But straight to the fielder. Using his wrist. 9 runs, in fact, 10 runs on the scorecard. 11, I beg your pardon. That's a cracking hit to get the boundary. 14 runs first for Vikrant. Pranav's got a boundary. Vikrant it is who gets into that boundary hitting streak. A couple of runs added to the total. That's it beautifully. That's a fantastic way to get the third. Fantastic boundary coming from bat of Vikrant. That's on the pads. A leg by. Took this over to 422 now. Oh, that is in the slot, and that is up and over into the mid wicket cow corner region. And that's the first wicket. There was the fielder stationed over there exactly for that. They had two fielders into that area. That's a good wicket. 21 for the loss of the first wicket now. He was looking good though, and tried to be a little ultra aggressive, and he just lost his wicket. It feels very bad when you're going good and you just lose your wicket against the run of the play. That's the first wicket, almost a similar score. Played with soft hands, and they take a single. Outside the off stump, and that's a good call. The 24 runs on the score. That's beautifully hit on the tries into the covers. 25 the score moves on to. That is beautifully turned away. That would be racing away for a single. There is a protection over there. There is deep square leg. Another good attempt over there. The fielder at the square leg has been offered some very difficult chances. He's making valiant efforts. He might pull out a cracking catch. The score at the end of 3 overs is 3 overs is 3 overs 26 for the loss of the opening batter. That is beautifully turned away. and refuted. This fielder at square leg is doing a fantastic job over there. That's an opportunity. Uh, the wicket keeper faltering there. The score moves on to 29 with that bye. That is fiercely cut straight to the fielder though. So this is evenly poised now. Both the teams are at par right now. They have started off to a great start. A 29 for 1. The couple of balls remaining in Anuj's second over. That's a full toss missed out. 30 for 1. The score moves on to Anuj. Has looked very enterprising. Yogesh has come in to accompany him. The last ball of Anuj's second over. Outside the off stump, the score is 30 for the loss of 1 wicket. Oh, that is catastrophic. Another breakthrough. And that would dent their chase now. That is a good one for the Camp Rangers. They got the second one. But for the batting side, the player who was looking good, he gets out. So Vikrant, another opening batter who was looking good, he gets out. So 30 runs on the scorecard. We are into the fifth over. Vikrant gets out in the process of expediting the score. It was a ball which was meant to be hit, missed out, and an opportunity to, and lost his wicket. So two wickets have just halted their progress now. This is good by the Camp Rangers. That breakthrough will help them. The good fielding and some tight bowling has enabled them to come back right after that horrific start where they gave a no ball at the very first delivery and a boundary was hit. Snail comes in. Snail would be facing the second delivery. Wicket of the very first ball of this over. Oh, so much confusion. Yes, no, and finally they go for it. 31 for 2. So 31 for 2. It is Yogesh Wagh on strike. Rahul, he has got a couple of wickets. He was the one instrumental in getting those true breakthroughs, and he's bowling real tight lines. That's down the leg side, clearly down the leg side. So no chance of it being given away. Rahul is the man who has done the trick. Remember, he's the bowler who bowled that first ball, a no ball. Then he gifted that free hit ball as a full toss. But the way he has come back is absolutely worth appreciation. Couple of balls remaining in his third over, the fifth over of the innings. Down the leg side, a wide again. So losing his direction now after the wicket in the very first ball and a couple of dot deliveries. There was some pressure created. Just wide will just ease out that pressure. 32 for 2. Both the opening batters being sent back by Rahul. Yogesh Wagh it is. What a good pull shot. That will be straight to the field. One bounce, in fact. Good fielding. Good courageous fielding. Putting his body on the line. That was a good pull shot though. 33 for 2 with that single. And Yogesh both relatively new to the crease. Yogesh has faced 9. Snehal has got just one delivery to face. The last ball of Rahul's third over. He's conceded 19, which is fairly alright considering that he has got 2 wickets. And bowling into that power play, getting 2 wickets was important. Oh, that's a full toss, a gift. And that will race away. But there is protection. Some football skills over there. Couple of runs added to the score. 35 at the end of 5 overs. 7 runs per over. Yogesh Wagh hit that wonderful pull shot up against Anuj. Almost the third wicket. That was a great attempt. Almost he got his man. Oh, could have held on to that one. The Yogesh twice getting close to being out. Oh, that's a big appeal. Was it off the edge or it just brushed the thigh? A good call by the umpire. That was a great delivery. Good bounce, good carry, and great length. Off the thigh, though, of the waist, in fact. That's a very good call by the umpire. Very too close to the bat it was, but you can always hear that woody sound. That comes only with experience. That is beautifully bowled. This one was a Yorker. Chance for a run out. 36 for 2. In fact, 37 for 2 with that overthrow. Straight to the fielder. Looks a player with some good compact batting technique. Some good shots going straight to the fielders. They got 23 in the first 6 overs. They just lost 1 wicket. Here they got 14 runs more than what the Camp Rangers had achieved. Only issue is they have lost an extra wicket. The last ball of the power play. That's beautifully bowled, and this will be this is the best of the lot. What a shot that is! No power into it, just pure cricketing shot. Straight drive to get 4 runs. 41 for 2 at the end of 6 overs. Almost 7 runs per over now. So 42 for 2. We are into the important phase now. 7 to 10. Those overs. ISDC 6.0. Camp Rangers versus GE Royal Tigers. Roaring Tigers, they are well within that required run rate. That's down the leg side. Good work by the wicketkeeper. 43 for 2 with that wide. And they need 158 runs, which means they need 115 runs in the next 14 overs. Oh, that's fine. The other team got 134. They have to get 19 lesser than what the other team had achieved. Let's see whether that is done. Let's have. That's beautifully turned away. And That's good. Oh, in fact, they should have gone for that second. 44 for 2 with that single. That's on the leg side. Yes, is a wide. 45 for 2. I thought that must have been really little close to the pad. That's a right call. Umpiring is not that easy. You need to hear every nick. You need to see whether the ball is brushed the pads. Very little you can hear at times. Your good eyesight and good cricketing judgment will be always helpful for you. 45 for 2. Was Apish, but little away from the fielder at short mid wicket. It's a good over this has been. He has created a few chances, created some trouble for the opposition. That's his last over. 25 for 2. That's good. 3 balls remaining. He might pick another wicket. The way he's bowling. Oh, that was beautifully bowled. That came in. Oh my god, that just was given away. But might have slipped out of his hands. 26 for 2. 46 for 2. Yogesh Wagh. He's got 12. 47 for 2. They need 1-1-1 in the next 78 balls. So difference between the number of runs to be scored and the balls remaining is of 33, which is a gap which can be managed. 47 for 2, the last ball of Rahul's spell. The score at the end of 7 overs is 48 for the loss of 2 wickets, a shade under 7. They need 8.5 runs every over from here on to win this one. A much needed boundary for them, and this will keep them in parity with the run rate which is needed. And they are slowly trying to consolidate after the fall of couple of wickets. '53 for 2. We are into the 8th over, and that boundary has just helped the scoring. 105 needed in 12.4 overs. That is carved away. That's beautifully carved, and that's a fantastic crafted boundary. Beautifully done. Crafted is one. There was width, but the way he just opened the face of the bat and glided it past the short fielder over there was absolutely worth watching. 57 for 2 after that fantastic cut shot. In fact, he just placed it really well off the middle of the bat. 57 for 2. 101 runs away. Such a good bowler, Bharat, but he's giving away a few scoring opportunities to the opposition. That's a good comeback by the left armer. 10 runs in his over so far, 58. The left armer has to bowl it close to the stumps. He's getting that away movement that with the angle it is going away. But if he offers a lot of width, he would be taken for a few runs. And not short bowling. Should avoid bowling short. The first ball was a short one where it was dispatched for a boundary. The second boundary which was hit was the ball of the ball which gave ample space for the batters to free the arms and place it and wide faces. Almost it opens up the whole offside when you ball that wide, especially in that region from point to third man. 56 for 2. Back 59 for 2. That's beautifully bowled. The last ball of the over, 58 for 2, I beg your pardon. It will remain a good bowling to end the over. 10 runs in this over. They did exactly 100 runs in the last 12. Yeah, 99 they need in the next 11.5 overs. ISGT 6.0. This is Roaring Tigers versus Camp Rangers. That is beautifully bowled. A snail getting a bit stuck now. 11 of 20 balls. He needs to. 11 of 11, I beg your pardon. 11 of 11. Yogesh is 15 of 14. They're striking at a runner ball. Oh, that's good bowling. Not allowing the batsman to get away. Good tight bowling. Not trying to do anything special, just keeping it on good length and keeping it that tight line outside the off stump, just on that fourth stump. Not allowing him to play those backward strokes, not allowing him to drive the balls. A perfect length. Oh, that was outside the off stump, and the ball spun slightly later. 60 for 2. Couple of runs he has given away. That's played wonderfully off the back foot, straight to the fielder. Oh, that is nicely bowled. Fantastic bowling this is. Absolutely pinned him over there. The tight line, that good length, which is not allowing the batsman to have a leverage. That is beautifully played. Off the back foot into the covers. This will race away for the boundary. In fact, oh, so good on them. It is a boundary. That is honesty and commitment. Kudos to the fielders. These are good examples. These are some great fathers who are putting up some great show, giving some moral lessons by their good work. It's a boundary, and he has been honest enough to say that it is a boundary. 64 at the end of 9 overs, so it would be a challenge over time. These guys are 12 runs more than the other team. If 6 is taken, that's fine. 12 runs added, it will give them 76, which is good enough, almost half the runs. Let's see what the number is going to be. So the left arm bowler is being challenged for 6 runs. If they get 6 runs, they get a 12. and they would get on to 76. So that would leave them with 80, in fact, yeah, 82 runs in the last 10. So that would be almost half the runs scored in the first 10. So Bharat is being challenged for 6 runs. He may not have bowled the first over that well. He may have considered 10 runs, but take my word, every time you feel the bowler is an easy meet, there is where you get into trouble. He has a nice away going movement, and when you are labelled as somebody as an easy meet, there is where you bowl well. 12 runs over here, and they would be in a strong position. That's good bowling. In fact, that's a wide outside the off stump. The length was fine, the line wasn't. Still feel even if he has conceded a wide, he can come back. That's a good decision by the umpire. That's a good decision. And where he's standing itself will tell the answer to his question. It's not how wide the ball is, it's how far it is from your standing position. And that's a good call. That's nicely hit. 2 runs. So they get 3 in the first 2 balls. That leaves them with 3 to win the challenge of the next 4 balls. A dot ball here or a wicket here would make things really interesting. But Rolling Tigers, even if they don't get a challenge over, they would like Yogesh to be there. Yogesh is a fantastic batter, and Snehal has given him good company. Both of them run a ball. They would like to get the strike rate on the highest end, but let's see. Oh, that's a beautiful hit. That's a cracking hit to win the challenge. What a shot that is. That will do the job. 12 runs added to the total. The score moves on to 78. That leaves them with exactly 80 runs to win. So 80 to win in the last 10. I beg your pardon, it is 76 and not 78. 64 was the score at the end of 9 overs. So 12 runs added to it. It becomes 76. So that leaves them with scoring 82 runs in the last 10. 8.2 runs per over, which is quite manageable. Through him, the fielder at short cover. Will be a brace. 78 for 2. That's beautifully played. Oh, almost had him. Just popped out of his hands at the last moment. That was a great effort. Another good catch it would have been. In fact, it is taken. I thought it just popped out. That's a great catch. And he held on to it. That is a brilliant take. It was hit with a lot of force. That was very low, and he takes that wonderful catch. Snehal is out. Sundaresh is the new batter. Snehal, after a good partnership with his partner Yogesh, gets out in the process of going for some good runs. A good back foot punch and straight to the fielder though. That was a great catch, a low catch, wonderfully taken. Some good catches in this match. That was a good shot on which he got out. 78 for 3. Sudresh it is, the new man in. That's good bowling. Won't be easy for the new batter to come in and straight away get those runs. He will need some time. Down the ground for a single, 79 for 3. Fantastic couple of catches. In fact, 3 catches in this match. Again, the same fielder. In fact, he misses out on a straightforward one. You may have taken the best catch, and after a couple of balls, you miss a straightforward one. That can happen. 80 for 3. Last ball of the 11th over. That was in the arc and swept beautifully for a couple of runs. Slight misfield will allow them to go for the second. 82. So they need exactly 76 in the last 9 overs. So 82 for 3 is what they managed. They need 76 runs in the last 9. So it is almost 8.5 runs per over from this point of time. Current it is who comes right arm over the wicket from the highway end. Yogesh has looked attacking. And that is a chance. Another good catch. Fantastic. This man takes some wonderful catches now. Low down. This one was lobbed, and that's a big wicket. That was low, but that was steeping down. 2 good catches for the fielder at short cover. He played with soft hands and refuted for that single. Sharad it is. He has faced a couple of deliveries, not off the mark as yet, but he has gone with the clear instructions to go and smash a few balls. Hmm. That's a good shot that will just go for the first. In fact, he gets a couple of runs. I thought it will go all the way. Yes, that's a boundary. Fantastic way to get off the mark. He missed out on a couple of first balls and it ricocheted off his feet and it is, oh, just slipped out of his hands. A boundary. So very unfortunate the field again. Look at the agony on his face. 86 for 4. That's good bowling. Good comeback ball by the bowler. He's got him play and miss a couple of times. He has hit him on the pads once. He was hit for a boundary once. So a wicket and some eventful next 4 balls. The last ball of a successful over by Karan. Leg spinner just flighting it generously. 87 for 4 at the end of over number 12. 8 overs remaining and they need exactly 81 runs to win this one. In fact, 71 runs. 71 in the next 8. 9 runs per over needed from here on. Harish comes into bowl from the highway and he bowled really well in the first over. That's beautifully played, but no runs. He's saying some good shot, but straight to the fielders. Seems to be a good player, Sharath. 9 runs per over from here on. Missed out on an opportunity to get a boundary. That was on the leg stump. Wasn't able to swivel and hit it into that defined leg. There was no one there. So missed out on a boundary hitting opportunity. They're putting up some tight deliveries now after that wicket. Just 5 runs in the last 8 balls. Again missing out. .71 needed in 7.5 overs. And he was forced to go for the big one. Gives his wicket away. 87 for 5. And Charath going for the big one. Misses out. It's becoming difficult for them after Sharat's wicket and some good bowling by Harish. Harish Mehta picking up his second wicket. He's into his third over. A fantastic over so far. Not a single run conceded. Will it be a wicket maiden? Prashant, it is. It is a wicket maiden. A very good over in which he got a wicket and he has bowled a maiden over. Fantastic by Harish Mehta. It is difficult now, to say the least. 10.16 runs overs needed now. 7 over 71 runs to win. Third opportunity in the same area. He caught a couple of them. That will be a couple of runs. 69 needed in the next 6.5 overs. That had a steep bounce. That spun from nowhere actually bounced so steeply. Oh, that's his territory. Just wait for him to go away. Oh, he missed it completely. The batsman missed it. The wicketkeeper missed it. That it will race away for a couple of runs. 91 for 5. 91 for 5. That again, that was also a steep bounce. He's extracting some bounce off the wicket. 92 for 5. Couple of balls remaining. This is becoming difficult for these guys now. 66 needed in the next 6.2 overs, which is almost 11 runs per over now, from 8 to 9 to 10 to 11. So that maiden over from Harish Mehta has just got them back, in fact, right on top in this run chase. 93, the last ball. Oh, there is beautifully bowled. The leg spinner weaving his magic. 65 needed in the last 6. It is almost 11 runs per over now. Harish Mehta, he bowled a maiden wicket and 12 for 2 in 3 overs. Fabulous numbers these are for him. The last 6 balls, they have to attack him. Even though he was the wicket taking bowler, even though he bowled that maiden over, they have to attack him. They have to get an over of 20 runs or so from some source so that it is brought into parity. Not getting 11 runs every over is not an easy task. They need an over of 20 so that 9-10 can be managed. They have to go hammer and tongs in one of those overs. 94, 64 needed in the next 35 balls. He wanted to hit into the covers. The ball has gone into that mid-wicket region. They need to run. They need to show some urgency. They get a brace. 96 for 5. That's down the ground. Just a solitary run. 97 for 5. They need us to show some urgency now. They need 61 in the next 33 balls. Run rate from 8, it went on to 9, from 10, from 11. This might go to 12 runs per over. Oh my god, both the batsmen at one end. That's a run out. 97 for 6. Sundaresh losing his wicket. So 98 for 6. Vipin Rai is the new batter. He has to get his team out of trouble. They need a lot of runs from here on. Exactly 60 of them. So that is almost 12 runs per over. Vipin Rai, will he be the enforcer? Will he be the fortune changer? Will he be the man to win them this contest? He goes for the big one. The ball is hit into that square leg region for a single. They need 59 in the last 5. Exactly 11 point. Oh no ball, oh my god. It is a no ball, so that would be their 100. In fact, 99. 100 and a free delivery. Free hit delivery that would a boundary or a sixer over here will bring parity to the chase. They should be running at least 3 over here. If they run very hard, 2 runs added. So they need exactly 56 in the last 5 overs. 11.2 runs per over. That's so fabulous. There was some misfield, but the ball had a lot of pace on it. That was a good effort though. 108 for 6. There is exactly 50 runs now in the next 4.1 overs. They need a magic over in which they get 15 to 20 runs just to get back into the contest, so that it might come down to 9 or 10 runs per over. Scoring 12 and a half runs per over is not easy. They need another boundary just to come back into the match. 50 needed. They got 6 in the first 5. They need another boundary. The leg spinner is weaving some magic. Oh, beautifully bowled. They get 7 runs in this over. 109 at the end of 16 overs. They need exactly 49 runs in the next 4. 12.25 runs every over. $110. Amish Tani. The leg spinner bowled really well. He had good control. Harish was good, and so was the leg spinner who bowled an over before this. A slow pace on the ball, not allowing the batsman the leverage to hit. Prashant, they need a sixer every over. Forget about a boundary. They need a sixer every over to win this one. So, pretty difficult now from here on. 22 balls, 48 runs. Oh, he has cleaned him up. That's good bowling. 21 balls in which to get 48 runs. So 110 for 7. They've lost their way in this run chase. Harish Mehta was the main who got them into this position of strength. The fielding team, in their defense of 157, his maiden wicket was the one which was the game changer. Everyone has bowled well. Good decision. The ball goes sliding down the leg side. That's good umpiring. Just negating the call immediately. Is one of the most experienced umpires, umpire Raju. Raju sir just negating the call immediately. Couple of balls remaining in the 17th over. That is beautifully flighted. A generous flight being offered. It would be a brace. And they need boundaries. So 112 for 7. 19 balls remaining in which to get 36 runs. In fact, 46 of them. They need some magic. They need somebody to hit a lot of sixes. That's beautifully hit. That intent from Mayur, that will race away for a couple of runs. In fact, just a solitary run. That's not great running. 113 at the end of this over. 3 overs in which to get 45 runs. They need 15 runs per over. They need a Glenn Maxwell over here. Karan has well bowled well though. It's almost bowling a super spell. A leg spinner has done the damage. Oh, so much flight. That is smacked. That is a full toss which is deposited, and that's a cracking hit. That will keep them in hunt. A few shots like this, you never know. It is not out of the contest. He was the one who got them back into the contest with good some bowling, Karan and Harish. But if he offers balls like this, a couple of sixes here, and they would be right back into this one. And Mayur Desai in his short little stunt has shown he is not the batsman coming into bat at number 9. He bowled fantastically, just giving 14 runs. That's down the leg side. Just wait for the umpire's call. In fact, it's a leg by. Now 7 runs in the first 2 balls. They are still in it. They need a couple of sixes quite urgently. They need a few sixes. 2 sixes, and they would be right back into this. So it's a matter of hitting 2 bad deliveries out of the park. And that's possible. Oh, that was a chance. That was in the arc. That was generously flighted and was there in that slot. A bye to give it back to Mayur. Mayur, if with Mayur on strike, they have maximum chance of getting close to that one. So if he gets that another generous full toss, he will still dispose it. Let's see what's going to happen now. 37 needed. That's good. Oh, that will be. He's getting a good turn over there. 1-2 for 7. 36 needed in the next 14. Run rate is almost. That's way too high. But he danced down the ground. 1-3 for 7. One to 4 for 7 at the end of 18 overs. They need 34 in the last two. 17 runs per over needed from here on. He's cleaned him up. The left armer shouldn't be the bowler bowling in the 19th over. He should be getting all 4 overs to bowl. Just bowling 2 overs, such a wonderful bowler. He seems to be better bowler than most of them. And he just got 2 overs to bowl. Mayur Desai wanted to break free. He bowled superbly. He hit that sixer, just gave them that glimmer of hope, and he has lost his wicket. This is beautifully bowled again. Amish shouldn't be just bowling 2 overs. In fact, he should be called upon. Such good bowler he seems to be. And that's the problem in the dad teams. Many times you do not know how good the bowler is. Oh, that's a chance. 2 runs. .127 for 8. Oh, that's beautifully hit. But that is just short of the fielder at wideish long off. Oh, just misfields and a couple of runs added to the total. But he's bowled well though. This man has bowled well, Amish. And he shouldn't be the bowler just bowling 2 overs. He should be given his full quota of 4 overs. The way he's bowling, the way he's having his variations. That's a chance. And picked. 129 for 9. So 129 for 9. The ultimate ball of the 19th over. Oh, what a shot that is. He just shuffled across the whole length of the wicket. That's what you will get from the lower order batsman Gurunath. 130 at the end of 19 overs. 6 balls in which to get 28 runs. They just lost their way. They started off really well. First 10 overs, they were in the hunt. In fact, they were well on course, but they lost their way. Karan and Harish bowled really well in that span. Anush to bowl the ultimate over of the innings. That's beautifully carved off the back foot into that third man region. 131. Oh, that's a huge blow. Oh, that's. In fact, I thought it was sailing over. Just a solitary run. 132. The way he came in, I thought that is sailing over the rope. In fact, it wasn't well timed. 26 needed now. Wanted to do the Surya Kumar over there. He was able to beat the wicket keeper. Oh, that was a chance to get him all out. Missed out. 134. Another bye. It's 1 run needed from 22. 22 needed in one. He wanted to play the scoop shot and he gets 4. In fact, that's it. They win this convincingly by a margin of 31 runs. In fact, 21 runs.